Thank you very much. The next speaker, Nadav, CEO of Enviro Power Technologies.
I can tell you what we do in one sentence. We provide boilers that generate electricity. Let's talk now about why and how. 40% of all emission is created by the building sector. If we want to meet our CO2 reduction goals, we will need to retrofit millions of buildings in the next few years. And retrofitting an existing building is tough, time-consuming, and many times uneconomically. But there is a promising element here. Heating systems. Heating systems basically common in pretty much every building. They exist in every building. Not only that, they are similar in nature, and they're responsible 2/3 of all the emission created by the sector. And there's another piece of good news here. Heating systems are naturally being replaced every 15 to 20 years, creating a massive market of 8 million heating system replacement per year. So a great way to decarbonize buildings is by replacing heating systems with combined heat and power. If we do it right, it's a very compelling idea to replace aging, inefficient heating systems with combined heat and power solution. Why? We can move this building that is using separate heat and power very inefficiently with all the CO2 associated with that. We can change this building into this building using combined heat and power very efficiently, and by just replacing a heating system, we can basically reduce carbon footprint in every building by 20 to 30%. And then we can change this building into this building, eliminating CO2 altogether, because we will use hydrogen and create CO2-free heating and power to millions of buildings. But have you seen, I use a condition, if we do it right. The problem, we're not doing it right today. The combined heat and power industry is doing it wrong. In the next 10 years, there will be 60 million heating systems that will be naturally replaced. Heating systems are simple machines, highly reliable, very, very affordable. Does this look to you like something that can replace a heating system? This is an internal combustion engine. Specifically in this picture, it's a Toyota engine that sits in a car or in a truck. It's a 2,000-part complex machine, expensive to buy, even more so expensive to maintain. But yet, this is what the combined heat and power industry means today. Internal combustion engine, missing the $200 billion annual heating system replacement market and the opportunity to quickly decarbonize millions of buildings. Our mission at Enviro Power is to transform the combined heat and power industry with our smart watt boiler. Our smart watt boiler, as I started, is a boiler that generates electricity. It's a drop-in replacement to regular heating systems, compete with heating systems on price, installation, and maintenance costs, and therefore suitable to replace all those 60 million heating systems and generate tons of saving in CO2. The smart watt boiler is a boiler with a power plant inside. We seamlessly integrated into the boiler geometry the most common power plant in the world. This is basically a closed-loop steam cycle. And because of the nature of the geometry, we can take hydrogen very simply and generate CO2-free for millions of buildings. How we leverage that in our go-to-market plan? 2 words, scalability and affordability. The system is a match to any boiler production line in the world. We align with boiler producers that produce our smart watt boiler and provide the warranty package. We already can take orders between 2,000 to 4,000 systems per year. Because we compete on heating systems, on price, installation, and maintenance, we are an attractive solution to any entity in the business of installing, promoting, and selling boilers. And we already have POs, purchase orders, in the millions of dollars with leading entities, including leading power and electric utilities and multi-billion-dollar companies here and in Europe. We start serial production this year, and we plan, in order to support our sales growth, to raise $15 million on Series B. We have so much more to share, and we look forward to our conversations. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dan, for your introduction. So I will start by just clarification questions, right? So the market is big, as you mentioned it. What's the input fuel to your boiler?
Very, very good question. Right now, it's like we replace any boiler. So the input fuel, it could be either natural gas, propane, or renewable natural gas. And because we can take and move like with the entire industry into hydrogen, in the near future, we'll be able to start taking hydrogen first as a mix and then pure hydrogen. We already have signed a strategic agreement to test the smart watt boiler on hydrogen. Again, first mix and then a complete pure hydrogen with one of the leading power and gas utilities in North America. And it will start this year.
Okay, so, and the second question is a clarification question. I am not sure if this is the right environment to answer the question, but so I would imagine that you take advantage of either the exhaust gases or of some temperature, high temperature component in the systems to produce the electricity. What's that energy harvesting miracle that or device that you have inside the boiler?
It's designed to the segment. We actually look at the ratio between heat and power, and then we decide on the ratio, efficiency-wise, between heat and power on our side. So if a building, for example, requires 5 times more heat than power, which is usually the case, our efficiency would be 20%. If it's less, it will be 10%. We can go all the way from 0 to 10. And one thing that is very important for us, as opposed to internal combustion engine, what happens if you turn them off? You don't have heat and you don't have electricity. In our case, you can turn off the turbine and then you still have heat. Actually, you have more heat because that goes from the turbine back into the boiler. But that means something very interesting. We can trade off between heat and power as the building need.
Now I fully understand it. It's not that you are doing energy harvesting. It's that you are combining combustion boiler with a turbine, similar to a turbine electrical generation from a turbine. Okay,
yeah.
That's great clarification. So you mentioned also that you are having thousands of orders or some orders already, right? Are these orders already from the existing homes, from a utility? Can you speak a little bit more of who are your customers and how far into the commercialization strategy you are?
Yeah, we are very attractive. We basically sell, I'll explain it a little bit and very quickly because I don't want to take too much time. We sell in 2 channels. Our main strategic partner here in the US is Burnham Holdings, which is one of the largest boiler producers in the country, that we sell with them through their existing channel. And then we also sell directly. I'll mention 2 large companies that are our customers. JL Properties, which is the largest real estate company in Alaska, the owner and the operator of 5,000 housing complex for the US military. And then we have Thirsted, a $4 billion real estate company out of New York that is buying our products.
This is extremely advanced and interesting.
Thank you.
One more question that is more of the clarification also. You are very, very intelligent and aware of this market and where is it going, right? And in Europe, there are already some banning on natural gas, right, that are coming 2025. There's going to be a lot of ban in many countries of natural gas altogether. California is thinking about that. How fast can you do the conversion from natural gas to hydrogen or to hydrogen mixes?
We can take mix today, and we can make the conversion. This is our plan with our utility partner to go 100% hydrogen by 24, which is a year before it becomes mandatory in the UK, and a few years before it becomes mandatory in Spain, Germany, and Midland Europe. Good.
So I think that we are all set. And I appreciate your answer, and we'll continue chatting during the networking session. But now it's time for the next
Many thanks.
speaker. Thank you, Dan.